Alright, this one's gonna be ylod prevention and PlayStation 3 maintenance. Alright, for one, what is ylod? Alright, ylod is when it's pretty much your CPU or your GPU, pretty much your CPU, your computer, your chip is pretty much soldered down inside of your PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Once you turn that heater on called the PlayStation, have you ever noticed when you turn that PlayStation on, you got a lot of heat coming up out of there, and it's a lot of things trying to prevent that heat that's from building. So you got parts inside of your PlayStation that's actually expanding and contracting once you turn it off. It's expanding when you turn it on, it's getting hot, and it's contracting when you turn it off. And actually, when you turn it all the way off, you wanna and you just get the red light still on, go ahead, reach in the back of there and turn your PlayStation completely off. There were those no lights at all on. Me myself, I don't turn my PlayStation off. That's why you don't see a lot of fingerprints right here. I do not turn my PlayStation off for nothing. Why? Well, one, because I'm always downloading something. Two, because I'm not a damn fool. I did a test a few days ago, and I have an Ionic Pro Turbo. I want y'all, I got an Ionic Pro Turbo. You know what I'm saying? And that keeps down dust. Rugs, if you got rugs by your door or any kind of crack that you that leads to the outside, that can bring, feel a draft somewhere, you know what I'm saying, you want to keep that dust down. That's dust coming inside. You really want to keep dust off this thing, period. Any kind of little dust, like I said, my Ionic Pro Turbo usually keeps dust off of this thing. Like I said, I turned it off for about 2 days just so it could collect dust, and after about 2 days it's really no dust on here. It's a little fizz, you can see a little fizz on here, but usually this thing stays clean. You want to go ahead and wipe up under there, the little grates up under there. You want to wipe up under there, and in the back, you know what I'm saying, every so often go ahead and wipe, just wipe your PlayStation, man. Once you get stuff, all built up in there, it's got to go somewhere. So if it's not built up in the corner, it's gonna find its way in there some other way. Okay, so keep your PlayStation clean, man. You spent your money on it. You got to keep it clean. It's an expensive piece of equipment, expensive gaming system, expensive entertainment system. It's well worth wiping down every so often. Me, I try to get to it more often than I should, partly because I know that I have an Ionic Pro that virtually eliminates dust. Right now it needs to be clean because it's dirty as hell. I hadn't cleaned it about 2 months now, but it's been doing its job. Your TVs, if you got big LCDs like that, hanging on the wall, your roof, it seems like dust just comes out of nowhere from the roof and just falls on the back of your TVs. Most LCDs do not have fans, so it cannot blow that stuff away. It sits down in there and collects dust until it starts to damage your TV. So you need to really wipe down your equipment. I know I got a couple of family members that when I go over their house, it's like they PlayStation collect dust. As a matter of fact, my brother has a brown PlayStation, the first brown PlayStation I ever seen, and I keep telling him, bro, you need to clean your PlayStation, bro. About a month ago, his PlayStation went out. So, yeah, to prevent the ylod, prevent that that expansion, you can either do one or two things. Leave it on, you know, the fan's still on. You know, you want to keep that heat circulating. If it contracts or if it extracts, let it stay extracted. You know what I mean? Can y'all see that? If it, you know, if it's sitting up here, you got that thing sitting up here, it's getting hot, let it stay hot. Instead of having it contract and extract, you know, every day or every 30 minutes, because that's wear and tear. And once that wear and tear starts going like this, it's gonna pop loose. You're gonna ylod, you're gonna get the yellow light of death. So either leave it on or turn it off and turn it completely off. That way it can sit there. The best thing I can tell you, let me check my time. Best thing I can tell you, that if you do turn it off by here or the joystick, which is the only way I would turn it off. If you have, okay, I know guys, you know, your PlayStation locks up sometimes. Go ahead and turn it off from here. If it won't turn off from the joystick, your second option is to turn it off from here. Once you turn it off from here, you want to let it sit for at least 5 minutes. At least 5 minutes. And then, if you're not going to get back on, turn it off in the back. You got to keep your equipment good and stable condition so you can keep playing and don't begin PlayStation that extra $150, making a $400-500 PlayStation turn into a $600-700. Even though I got about $2,000 in that PlayStation alone, I'm gonna keep my I can't. Hey, I done put too much money in just that PlayStation, so you know he's gonna stay clean. He did go down on me one time, but that was the Blu-ray disc drive. Oh, and that's another thing. If you're not on the game, eject it. If I'm not playing the game, I'm always ejecting it. If I'm on YouTube, checking this video, you know, I eject the game. I don't care if I'm gonna be off the game for more than 5 minutes, I'm ejecting the game. It sits in there and that thing keeps spinning, and it's still reading. If you ever seen a clear, let me check my time. If you ever seen a clear Xbox, you'll know that disc still spins. You don't want that. That's wear and tear. That disc gonna still be spinning in there. That's just something I noticed, man. It's just preventative measures to keep your gaming system lasting longer than the manufacturer suggested time span. So keep it clean. Eject it from the controller or the power on from the front. Let it go for 5 minutes. Eject your disc, sign out, eject your disc if you're not on. If you stay, or if you don't turn it on, you know, eject your disc, turn off from the back after 5 minutes, so that way you don't collect, you know, still have that heat built up, let that fan cool the PlayStation off. So, you know, just a couple of little preventative tips from your boy Heat Doo. That's Heat D-O-O-D-O-O, aka hot shit. Hey, rate them, subscribe it, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a motherfucking friend to subscribe to your boy.